Welcome to Kids Learning Lab, a learning podcast made just for kids.
This episode is going to be about ancient Rome. But before we start, I would like to give a shout out to my history teacher, Mr. Conrad, for being an amazing history teacher and suggesting the topic for this episode. Now, let's begin. Let's rewind 2,700 years ago. Rome began as a small, tiny village on the Tiber River in Italy. There's a story about how Rome was founded. It says there were two boys, Romulus and Remus, who were twin brothers that supposedly were raised by a wolf. According to the story, Romulus became the first king of Rome. We don't know if the story is true, but it's one of the most famous stories in the world. For a long time, Rome had kings, but at the year 509 BCE, the Romans overthrew their kings. BCE means before the Common Era. We live in the year 2025, but think of BCE like negative years. Before the year 0, there were still things going on. 1 BC is 1 year before 0, or negative 1. 509 BCE is 509 years before the year 0, or around 2,500 whole years ago. Romans kicked out all the kings and created the Roman Republic. A republic is a country or group without a monarchy. A monarchy is kings or queens. The Romans also created a group of high officials called the Senate. The senators would vote on laws and rules in Rome. The Roman Republic lasted for 500 years, and Rome grew a lot during that time. They fought wars, conquered lands, and built strong roads. Rome was busy and crowded, full of markets and temples. Rich Romans lived in big houses with gardens, art, and water in pipes to the house, like you have today in your sink. But most people lived in apartment buildings, not super tall buildings, but big ones. The Romans also ate a lot of food. They ate modern foods like bread, olives, cheese, fish, and fruits. The rich, big house Romans ate weird foods like peacock and flamingo, which were considered rich food. Kids in Rome, like you, also went to school and learned reading and writing in the Roman language called Latin. Romans also had big community baths, kind of like swimming pools for the whole neighborhood. They were used to talk with your friends or just have fun swimming. Rome was really known for a big arena for fighting called the Colosseum. If you've ever been to Rome, it's a big stadium right in the middle. Some warriors, called gladiators, would fight animals like lions, elephants, and tigers. They would even sometimes fight each other, and the whole community would come to watch every fight. The Romans also had plays and books for entertainment. Let's transition to talking about leaders of Rome. One of the most famous Roman leaders was called Julius Caesar. He was really smart and expanded Rome's land by taking France and expanding the empire. But Caesar was becoming extremely powerful, and some senators from the Senate thought he was too powerful. In 44 BCE, remember that BCE is negative numbers, Caesar was killed in the Senate by some senators. After that, emperors, big leaders, took over Rome, and Rome entered a long time of peace. Roads were built and people flourished. The Romans were amazing engineers and inventors. They built aqueducts, which were huge bridgey buildings that carried water into cities. They also invented concrete, which is a strong material used to make buildings. They designed lots of straight roads across lots of Europe, and some are still remaining. They also developed laws that inspire today's rules. A lot of English words come from Latin, the Roman language, like for example the word person, which means an actor's mask in a play in Latin. But like all empires, Rome started to weaken, and because there were too many wars, the empire was hard to manage. Rome crumbled. Even though Rome ended, Rome has left a big legacy on today. Our calendar comes from Rome, like July, which comes from Julius Caesar. Even some names like Julia come from Julius Caesar's name. Lots of languages, like Spanish, French, English, and German, come from Latin. Many buildings are inspired by Roman building design. Thanks for listening to this episode. And if you want to receive a free bonus content email just for this episode, it's not too late. If you want to receive free bonus content, just head to news.kidslearninglab.com and sign up before November 10th. You'll still receive this episode's bonus content. Don't forget to check your spam folder. Thanks again to Mr. Conrad for suggesting this episode and being an amazing history teacher. Thanks for listening.